Hey guys, welcome back to Live Life Simple. Today I want to talk about the #1 killer in America, heart disease. And it's something that we can all prevent by just taking a couple precautionary measures in our daily lives. I'm now 43 and I retired at 40, and when I hit 40 years old I had already been diagnosed with high blood pressure. I was borderline on high cholesterol. So I made some changes and some additives into my diet, one of them being flaxseed, which is what we're gonna do today. We're gonna make some freeze-dried flaxseed crackers. They're extremely easy, it's cheap to make, and they actually taste good. And we're gonna do that coming up. So flaxseed has been shown to reduce blood pressure. It helps flush toxins out of the body. It also helps you with digestion. It helps you with the BMs, if you know what I mean. And it's actually really easy to add it into all kinds of different stuff. It's more or less flavorless, but a lot of people add it into their oatmeal or their daily breakfast or whatever. I prefer to put it into this cracker because it's easy to just take a bite. It's one bite. And I make the crackers from flaxseed meal, which is basically just ground up flaxseed. Sometimes it's called flaxseed meal, sometimes it's just called ground flaxseed. More or less it's just flaxseed, the actual seed, which kind of looks like a little bug almost, but it's just ground up into small flakes. So let's get making our flaxseed crackers. They're extremely easy. There's only 2 ingredients, water and flaxseed meal. The recommended amount of flaxseed per day is 1 to 2 tablespoons. That's easily done with other things, just adding it into your foods and stuff that you eat every day anyway. Make sure you consult with your physician. I'm just a guy on YouTube. I'm not a doctor, obviously. Anyway, let's get going. So we basically just need a 2 to 1 mixture, and we need 1 parts water and 2 parts flaxseed. And what that does is make a pretty thick paste that we can spread out. I'm going to use some dividers and we can divide them into portions. This recipe is supposed to make 30 portions, which I have had good luck with. It makes you be able to spread the cracker nice and flat on the trays here. And this stuff actually mixes really easy, so it just takes a quick mix. This should give you the perfect consistency every time. Whether or not that's going to make the perfect consistency for our freeze dryer trays, we're going to find out. But let's just see how far this gets us. I have a feeling we'll probably have to double this recipe for 1 tray. Well, that almost perfectly got us half of a medium tray. So I think for our medium recipe, I would say 4 cups of flaxseed meal, 2 cups of water. That should get you the perfect amount. And then we'll throw in our 40 portion dividers. That'll give us 40 crackers. Another important thing, you're definitely going to want to go onto parchment paper. If you don't have parchment and you have silicone, you can also use silicone. I'm not just saying that because we sell it at freeze drying supplies. I'm saying it because it works and this stuff will stick to the pan. So I'm going to go ahead and make that recipe again and fill this pan, and then I'm going to just keep making it until I can fill the pans, until I run out of flaxseed meal. Then we're going to go into the freeze dryer. I'm not going to pre-freeze today. This should be a really quick cycle because there's really not a whole bunch of water in there. And a little tip when you're doing this, if you take a spatula and get it wet, you can actually just kind of use it like a trowel almost and just smooth all of this out, and it kind of helps make everything uniform and just one depth all the way through that tray. You can water down this mixture a little bit too if you want to. It's not going to hurt anything. Obviously when you freeze dry it, it's going to remove all that extra water anyway. So there's 1 pan. That's 4 cups of flaxseed, 2 cups of water. I'm going to pop in these dividers. They'll cut right through them. They're going to make 40 equal portions. That gives you 40 days worth of crackers. And another little pro tip for you is you can add in some seasoning to this. I'm putting in some garlic powder. You can also do one of my favorites, everything but the bagel, that mixture, spice mixture. It's really good in the cracker. Just don't put a bunch of salt in here because it's kind of counterproductive for what you're trying to do. So, well, I was able to get 2 trays out of the amount of flaxseed meal that I had. We're gonna go straight into the freeze dryer with these right now. And you can see that things look a little different in here because I'm getting ready. I'm anticipating my delivery of the XL here within about a week or so. So I'm trying to figure out how I want to lay out the whole freeze drying area. I think I'm going to keep this side as my kind of my prep area, my packaging area. And then the XL is quite a bit bigger than the medium, so I need more space for this, but time will kind of tell just to see how this ends up. You'll find out. But if you like what we're doing on this channel, feel free to subscribe to Live Life Simple. Just click that little rocking chair down in the corner here. And while you're there, make sure you click the bell to get notifications, future videos that come out. That's Sundays at 8 a.m. for us. That'll just send you a little ping every time we release a new video, just as a reminder. Also, if you like what we're doing, let us know by giving us a thumbs up. It helps with the YouTube algorithm. It helps to get this kind of information, this content out to other freeze dryers and people such as yourselves. And this flaxseed cracker recipe will be found in the freezedryingcookbook.com. It's updated almost daily with multiple recipes. We're inching in on 300 recipes on that cookbook now. If you don't want the subscription version of the cookbook, we also offer a hard copy version. This has about 110 recipes in it. These recipes that you see in the videos do lag behind just a little bit until we have enough built up to make another cookbook. This can be found on Amazon. You can find the link in the description. Otherwise, you can also purchase it at freezedryingsupplies.com, which is also where you can get all of the supplies and accessories that you've seen in this video. The other thing I ask is if you have any questions or you just want to be part of the freeze drying community, join one of our social media groups. We have a MeWe group and we have a Facebook group. It's Retired at 40's freeze drying group. There's all kinds of helpful information on there, helpful people. You can also use the magnifying glass, the search function, and find threads and topics, anything you can think of at this point. And we also ask if you're considering purchasing a freeze dryer, consider using our affiliate link. That can be found down in the description as well. That sends us a small commission. It helps the content that you see right now. It keeps that moving forward. It helps us do giveaways in our freeze drying groups. It also helps us develop new products and all that kind of stuff for streamlining the freeze drying process, and really just helps grow this freeze drying community. And with all of that said, our freeze dried flaxseed crackers are getting ready to be finished up here. So let's go check those out. Well, that didn't take long at all. It took about 21 hours, and these look like they turned out really good. Let's set them down here and take a look at them. So we'll pull our dividers out. These should all just kind of fall apart individual pieces. This would be the first one that we made, a little bit thicker cracker, and then this second one had about 3 cups of flaxseed instead of 4. And I think I actually like that better because it makes a Triscuit size, and they're a little bit thinner, probably a little bit easier to eat too. And this looks like just about the perfect candidate for the food funnel. Well, there's only one thing left to do, and that's to try these. I actually had a couple good ideas while I was doing this as well. I think these would be really good if you put some sriracha in here, mix some sriracha into the mix, or some kind of sauce, just to give them a little bit more flavor. They're pretty bland, I'm not gonna lie, but very Triscuit-like. Just about the exact same size as a Triscuit. The garlic is actually pretty good, but they stay in their shape really nice, just like a Triscuit or a cracker should. They do actually crumble once they get into your mouth though, which is good. Just one a day is all you need. I hope this video helped you guys out. I hope you stay safe, stay healthy. In the meantime, it's Retired at 40. Remember to live life simple. Catch you next week.